Good morning, Guardians. The Hijabi Gamer here with another Destiny 1 weekly reset video. For all you Destiny 1 players out there, please share this so other Destiny 1 players know that, yes, there's still someone making content for this awesome game because Destiny 1 is awesome. Now, for this week, let's see what's going on because I haven't really looked at everything. So, for the weekly Crucible, we have Mayhem Rumble, which is a free-for-all fire team of 1 to 3 players. Just how will you handle a battle like this, I wonder, asks Lord Shax. Embrace the chaos. Greatly increased ability recharge rates, faster special weapon and heavy ammo SIV bonds, no respawn delay, scoring values multiplied by 10. Basically, it is pure chaos. Mayhem Rumble insanity. Bring it on. I might try to find my way in there if I can pry myself away from Destiny 2 and Diablo 3. And, what's the one I've been Baldur's Gate, which I have to beat that game. I am going to beat that game. I'm actually starting to enjoy that game too. At the beginning it was frustrating. Anyway, Baldur's Gate aside. All right. For the weekly story playlist, aka how the best way to farm legendary marks, we have the Iron Lords. Now that's going to be fun. I'm definitely going to be doing some of these because I love the DLC, Rise of Iron, and this is going to be story missions from Rise of Iron. The modifiers are heroic, as always, because this is based on the heroic story playlist. Enemies appear in greater numbers and are more aggressive. Then you have Solar Burn, so bring out those solar weapons. And Specialist, so something like this would be awesome to use. So the Iron Lords for the weekly story playlist. Awesome. I'm going to enjoy this one. Then we have, for the SIVA Crisis Heroic Strikes, we have, oh, this is good. Enemies appear in so we have, of course, Heroic. Enemies appear in greater numbers. Solar Burn, so solar damage is favored. Berserk, minions of the darkness won't flinch even after massive damage. And Small Arms. Now, I don't have it with me, but I do have an exotic solar primary. So that would just melt through enemies like just awesome because you have the benefit of Solar Burn and primary weapon favoring. That would be awesome. I only have one. These were raid exotic weapons that would drop. They were primary weapons with elemental damage. So that's awesome. I'm going to see if I can get into this as well sometime this week. Then you have the weekly Nightfall strike. So the weekly Nightfall, oh, I already see it. I'm not going to want to try to do this one. But the weekly Nightfall strike is Taniks Perfected. So that is the Shadow Thief, but not the regular Shadow Thief. So this is the Rise of Iron, SIVA infused Taniks. So you need to go. So, I mean, it's this one. This is the version of it, right? The Shadow Thief with SIVA. But you go through the Nightfall. You go here. What Nightfall strike? You don't go through the moon. You know what I mean? But it's Taniks Perfected. You have Epic, so basically heroic on steroids. Heavily shielded and highly aggressive enemies appear in greater numbers because not only do you get more enemies, they are shielded enemies. Small Arms, so primary weapon damage is favored. Chaff, player radar is disabled. Yeah, that's match game. Yeah, I hate match game. Enemy shields are resistant to all unmatched elemental damage. Yeah, that's not fun. I hate match game. The best thing I do is I do have, like I said, a couple of, like for example, Necrochasm. So you have a arc for your primary, then a solar, and then go with a void for, just try to, I hate match game. If you have the wrong elemental type, it's just, and finally, my least favorite modifier, exposure. Guardian shields are increased but do not replenish. I hate exposure. The only thing you can use against exposure really is Red Death, which sucks because you also have match game going. So, yeah. Red Death each kill heals you and speeds up reload. So, it's great because I used it in Crota as well in that one area where you don't heal. So, it combats exposure, so your health does regenerate, but I hate exposure. I really hate exposure because you rely on your health coming back. So I hate exposure. Anyway, like I said, it's Taniks Perfected for the Nightfall. They still have the Sunset Bounty. You know, the one where you get the, I think it's the, oh God, I can't remember the name of this, the sniper rifle at this point. I think it's the Black Spindle. But, yeah. Anyway, I gotta get to work. The weekly Nightfall. Then for Challenge of the Elders, I was weak. I can only tell you the two first ones. So you have Psylocke the Defiled, which is the Taken Hive, and then you have Cabal Strategist Val Araun. I hate Val Araun. You know what? I might stick to Diablo 3 and Destiny 2 this week. Val Araun is the hardest Challenge of the Elders boss. So that's one of the things with Challenge of the Elders. There is a huge spectrum of difficulty. So you have on the one end the Vex, where you could literally just stand in that corner and shoot and easily kill the boss. Piece of cake. Vex are like the easiest in the game, right? Then you go all the way down to Val Araun. Cabal Strategist Val Araun is the bane of my existence, because first off, match game, he's got 3 scions. Each one of them is a different element. You do not know which one is first, okay? So it could be random. So you can go in there thinking, oh, it's going to be the solar one, and you prepare yourself for the solar one, and it turns out to be the void. Then you die, and you go back, and it's a totally different one. You cannot kill the boss when his... So you can initially shoot at the boss, which every advisor I've seen, every video about Val Araun I've seen, says shoot as much as you can the moment you come into the room on the boss, so you can do some damage on the boss. Then he gets invulnerability, and one of his little scion buddies, you have to kill the scion buddy, and it's totally random. It could be the solar, the arc, or the void scion buddy, and those things are a pain in the butt to kill, because you have one scion buddy that you can kill and 2 other ones you can't, and everybody's shooting at you. So you've got the boss shooting at you. You can't damage the boss. You can't do anything to the boss. You got 3 scions shooting at you, and you can only damage one of them, and you have to figure out which one it is based on their cloak. So then you got all the other dudes, the reinforcements, shooting at you. So it's just, yeah. After you kill that one scion buddy, the boss is vulnerable for a short period of time. You do damage on the boss. I just go after the next scion. Then you get another scion buddy. It's either, so if it's the void, it's either the arc. It's one of the other 2 that are left after you've killed one. And you repeat. So you have to kill all 3 scion buddies before you can finally just kill off the boss. I hate Val Araun. Just no words to describe how much I hate Val Araun. All the other bosses I've beat multiple times. Like, I've reached the point where they're a piece of cake, more or less. Norusk can be a bit of a handful sometimes. But all the rest of them, I can generally beat without dying. Except Norusk. Him, it takes me 1 or 2 goes, and I get him. Val Araun, I think I have beaten him like 3 times. By myself. I hate, let me just emphasize this. I hate Val Araun, because he's just so ridiculously difficult compared to, so that's why it's like this huge spectrum of difficulty with the Challenge of Elders. If you're doing it by yourself. If you're with another person, it's not as hard. Anyway, the modifiers are Brawler, Guardian melee damage is greatly increased, so for the hunters, your throwing knife, right? Grenade catapult, grenade recharge rate is greatly increased, so that's cool. And this is a week that I would love. Precision kill bonus, because precision kill is my thing. When it comes to Challenge of the Elders, the way I get to 30,000 points is precision kill. So I love the precision kill bonus. So for me, all you have to do is go through there with your throwing knife, which will give you the melee kill advantage. And melee kills, when you do a throwing knife kill, in Challenge of the Elders, you get precision kill, you get the precision kill bonus, and you get it counts as also a melee kill. So you just go through there with that throwing knife, and now that you got a, damage, greatly increased damage based on melee, you basically go in there and flinging your throwing knife. But it's Val Araun, so we'll see. I really hate Val Araun. Did I mention I hate Val? Yeah. Anyway, so that's the Challenge of the Elders. And then finally have the weekly featured raid, which is Boss Challenge, Axis Challenge. Oh, Wrath of the Machine, which makes sense because the weekly story playlist is Rise of Iron, so the Iron Lord, so you'd have the Rise of Iron raid. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna be late. Anyway, I hope to see you in the tower. I may not be in the Destiny 1 tower. We'll see. I might. I hate this. When you challenge me, it's like, no, I can't back down. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with other people. And I have some news from the Bungie store, which pissed. Really pissed Bungie. Really, really pissed Bungie. Anyway, hope to see you around.